Hello dear viewers, welcome back to this series of lessons on the concept of parts of speech. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the nouns in detail. Firstly, let us look at the definition of the noun. We all know that a noun is used to name a person, place, animal, thing, idea or feeling. If you look at the examples, Tom is the name of a person, hence it's a noun. Chicago is also a noun because it's the name of a place. Lemur is an animal. Bulb is an object, hence it's a noun. Secularism is an idea. When I say an idea, it means that it does not have physical existence. The meaning of secularism is the existence of religious tolerance. Love is also a noun because it is a feeling and it does not have physical existence either. Now that we have understood the definition of noun, let us look at the kinds of nouns. There are many kinds of nouns in English and I've tried to explain each of them in detail. The first category of nouns is the common and the proper nouns. Starting with the common noun, a common noun is used to name general things, places, ideas, events or people. In other words, we can say that we use proper nouns to refer to the general things. If we look at the example, magazine is a common noun because it is a general thing. We are not talking about a specific magazine. A magazine may be any kind of magazine. Similarly, flower may be any kind of flower. It may be a rose, lily or jasmine or whatever. If I write university, it may be any university. There are many universities, right? So I'm talking about the general word university. I'm not talking about a particular university, for instance, University of Chicago, University of Oxford, etc. Another thing you need to keep it in mind is a common noun always starts with a small letter. A proper noun is a specific name for a particular person, place or thing. In other words, whenever we want to talk about a particular person, place or thing, we use a specific name. Or we address that particular person, place or thing with a specific name. If we look at the example again, Tom is a proper noun because we are talking about a particular person, Tom. Massachusetts is name of a particular place. Friday is a particular day in a week. October is a particular month in a year. Microsoft is a particular software company. Marks and Spencer is a particular brand. Okay? Another thing you need to notice is a proper noun always begins with a capital letter. I hope you have understood the first category of nouns. Moving on to the next one. Concrete and abstract noun. Well, a concrete noun, a noun that can be identified through one of the five senses. Now we all know that the five senses are taste, touch, sight, hearing and smell. If we look at the examples here, phone, cake, perfume, air, water, gas, fire, etc. Now, each of these are concrete nouns because we can either see them or touch them or taste them or smell them. Phone is a concrete noun because you can touch a phone, you can hear a phone. Cake is also a concrete noun because you can smell a cake, you can taste it and even touch and see it. Perfume is also something which you can smell, see and touch. So all the nouns which can be either touched, smelt, heard or can be seen are concrete nouns. Or the nouns which are tangible are concrete nouns. Moving on to abstract nouns. An abstract noun is a noun that cannot be identified through any of the 5 senses. A noun is said to be abstract when we cannot see, feel, touch, or hear it. All the ideas or the concepts come under abstract nouns. Okay? An abstract noun is a quality, a concept, an idea, or maybe an event. If you look at the examples, intelligence. Can you touch intelligence? No. Can you see intelligence? No. Can you hear intelligence? No. It's basically an idea, which means it does not have a physical existence. Behaviorism is also a concept, and it also does not have a physical existence. Equality is an idea, okay? A feeling of being equal without any bias is called equality. A marriage is an event. All these are abstract nouns. Nouns which cannot be touched or seen or heard. Alright, the next category of nouns is the countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns are the nouns that we can count even if the number might be extraordinarily high. We use quantifiers like fewer, a lot of, many, more, few, etc. So the word countable itself says that the nouns which we can count. These are the nouns which we can count in the numbers. And we can also use the quantifiers. Now quantifiers in English are something that express quantity. For example, fewer, a lot of, many, all these are quantifiers. If we look at the example, there are many apples. So apples is a countable noun because we can count apple. Even there are 10 apples or 100 apples, we can count it. We can either use there are many apples, there are more apples, there are few apples. Okay? We can use any of these quantifiers mentioned here. Tina has fewer apples than John has. Here in this case, we are using the quantifier fewer because again apples is a countable noun here. This is just another example using another quantifier. Tina has fewer apples than John has. Remember, you should not write Tina has less apples because less is not used in the countable nouns. You cannot use a quantifier less, much with countable nouns. Moving on to uncountable nouns. As the name suggests, these are the nouns which cannot be counted in numbers, but they can be expressed in the quantities using certain quantifiers. Now remember, you cannot use the same quantifiers which we used in the countable nouns, except for a lot of and except for a lot of and more. More can also be used for uncountable nouns. Let's look at the example. John has little water in the bottle. So what is the noun here? Water is the noun and little is the quantifier. Why do you have to use little here? Because you cannot count water. Can you count 1 water, 2 water? No, you cannot. So you have to always use a quantifier little. Or you can use less. Little means almost nothing or in a very less amount. A few more examples. There isn't much rice left in the bowl. The noun here is rice. We are using the quantifier much because rice again is uncountable. We cannot count the grains of rice, right? So we use much. Isn't much rice left in the bowl. I have little money. Money again is uncountable noun. You cannot count 1 money, 2 money. Of course, if the money is expressed in the currency, if it's rupees or dollars, then it is countable. But if you're using money as an example in a sentence, you have to always use quantifier because it is not a countable noun. You can use little money or you can use less money. She offered me some bread. Bread again is not countable. You cannot count the particles of the bread, right? So we use some, the quantifier called some bread. Here in the next example, again this is a sentence with the with the noun money. And we use the quantifier less. So what did you understand? Countable nouns are something which we can count in numbers. And we can use the quantifiers like fewer, a lot of, many, more, few, etc. And uncountable nouns are something which we cannot count in numbers, but we can express their quantity by using these quantifiers. You cannot use any quantifier you like. You have to use a specific quantifiers. You can take a screenshot of this notes and you can write it down later. Moving on to the next concept, singular and plural nouns. Singular nouns are words used to indicate that there is one person, animal, place, thing or idea. As the name suggests, what do you understand by the word singular? It is used to indicate when there is just one person, animal, place or idea. Example, Peter, fox, telly, box, liberty. Liberty is an idea. Plural nouns, on the other hand, are used to talk about things which are more in number. Okay, more than one person, animal, place, thing or idea. Example, boys, foxes, cities, boxes, liberties. How a plural is formed? Through a singular noun. A plural noun is generally formed by adding s to the singular. Here in the example, the noun boy is singular. To make it plural, you can simply add s. This is the first rule to form a plural. Whereas in the nouns ending in s, sh, c or x, form the plural by adding es to the singular. Now class, a plural of class will be classes. As class ends with s, what will be added? Es will be added. And brush is ending in sh. What is added? Es is added. Similarly, match ends in ch and what is added? Es. Hope you understood how the plurals are forming here. Most nouns ending in o also form their plural by adding es to the singular. Now the noun mango here ends in o. And in order to make it plural, what you have to do? You have to add es. Most nouns ending in o also form their plural by adding es to the singular. Both these nouns are ending in o and the plural will be formed by adding es. But there is an exception here. Despite the fact that these nouns are ending in o, we do not add e to them, but directly add s. In the next, the nouns ending in a consonant y form their plural by changing y into I and adding es. As you can see here, the noun baby ends with a consonant y. You drop the y and you add ies at the end. Similarly, lady ends with y. You drop the y and add ies to form a plural. Similarly, nouns ending in f or fe form their plural by changing f or fe into v and adding es. Look here, nouns which end with f, you drop the f and add ves to make it a plural. But there are some other nouns that end in f or fe, but ves is not added, only the s is added. Chief is made plural by adding s. Gulf is made plural by adding s here. A fewer nouns form their plural by making some changes to the inside vowels. Now these nouns are irregular because their plural is absolutely changed here. The vowels present inside are changed. Foot is changed to feet and man is changed to men in plural. And mouse becomes mice, goose becomes geese in the plural. I hope you have understood what is singular and plural nouns. The next is collective nouns. This is a very important part of the nouns. As the name suggests, collective is something which is in group. So a collective noun is a collection of things taken as a whole. These are used to represent a group of people, animals or things. So all these are basically groups of people and groups of things and groups of animals. But each of these groups are given a specific names. Okay? What is a group of singers called? Choir. It is pronounced as choir. A choir of singers. A crowd of people. An illusion of magicians. A troupe of artists. A tribe of natives. A team of players. A patrol of policemen. A party of friends. A line of kings. A caravan of travelers. A board of directors. A band of musicians. An army of soldiers. A gang of thieves. A staff of employees. Moving on to collective nouns for things. What is a bunch of cards called? Deck. A drawers, chest of drawers. Okay. A fleet of ships, like a group of ships. And the stairs, whenever you want to go from one floor to the other floor, you climb the steps. What are those steps together called? Flight of steps. And a group of trees are called a grove of trees. And furniture, a piece of furniture. A quiver of arrows. A rim of paper. A stack of chairs. A suite of rooms. Remember, you have to pronounce it as suite, not suit. It means a collection of rooms. If you go to a 5-star or very high-end hotel, you'll find a suite of rooms. Collective noun for animals. What is a group of crows called? Murder. A murder of crows. And a group of lions, a pride of lions. And a group of pigs, drift of pigs. A group of bats, cloud. And a group of bears is called a sloth of bears. Now, a group of geese. Geese is a plural for goose. It's a wild duck. Okay. A group of geese is called gaggle. A knot of frogs. A group of frogs is called knot. K-N-O-T. And a group of owls is called parliament. And a group of foxes is called skulk. A group of ants is called an army of ants. Now, why do we need collective nouns? We can sound more modern if we learn these to know what each group of people and things or animals is called, rather than just telling them as group or bunch or bundle. Try to learn the collective nouns. Okay. Moving on to the next category, the compound nouns. Now, as the name suggests, compound means a combination of two things. So a compound noun is a combination of two words. As you can see here, tooth and paste. These are two separate words and they have their independent meanings. But you combine them and you make it as a one word. This is known as a compound noun. Tooth, paste. Store, room. Alright. So compound nouns are very simple. They are the nouns made up of two or more words. Some of them are joined with the help of hyphen, like check-in, dry cleaning, father-in-law. Possessive nouns. As the name suggests, what do you mean by possessive? When you say that a particular thing belongs to you, then we can say that you are possessive. Possession talks about ownership or possession. Possessive nouns are formed by adding an apostrophe and s to the noun. Look here in the example. The children's clothes were brand new. The noun here is children. There are two nouns here, children and clothes. If we want to show that the clothes belong to children, we need to place apostrophe and then put an s to show the possession of the clothes. This means the children own the clothes. The clothes belong to the children. The children's clothes. In this example here, when the noun is already in plural, you do not add apostrophe before the s, or you do not add another s. If it is plural with an s present there, you have to add an apostrophe after the s. Okay, the kids' playground. The next noun is the material noun. Now, the material noun is the name given to material substance or a thing. The names given to the materials are called material nouns, like gold, silver, copper, iron, plastic, etc. Now, the last category of noun is the gender noun. A gender noun is a grammatical classification of noun. A noun can be classified into masculine or a feminine. Here are the masculine forms and the feminine forms of the nouns. Lord refers to somebody who is in a superior position, almost like a king. Okay, Lord is a masculine, lady is the feminine. Gander is the male of goose. Monk is a saint, and feminine of the monk is nun. Nephew is masculine and feminine is the niece. Bachelor is somebody who is unmarried, and spinster is a feminine of bachelor. Bull is masculine and cow is feminine. Similarly, horse is a male horse and mare is a female horse, and a male of hen is called cock and hen is a female. Author is masculine and the feminine gender is authoress. Bridegroom is masculine and bride is feminine. Steward is an employee. Find them either on the plane or ship. Okay, steward is a masculine and stewardess is feminine. Wizard is the one who performs magic, which is feminine. Now, drone is a male of a bee. Honeybee we say, so it's a male of bee is called drone and the female of bee is called queen. Thank you for listening patiently. That was all for this video. I hope it was useful, and remember you can always take a screenshot to make your notes. Goodbye, take care.